Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. So welcome to part 2 of February's monthly masterboard challenge. So today we are taking the masterboard that we made last Friday and we're going to make some stuff with it. So my recommendation before we proceed is that you back your masterboard. That's if you're making along with me. You might just be watching for ideas, that's cool, but if you are making with me, highly recommend backing your project first. So I have done that. I have just glued on a bit of coffee dyed paper and it is a little bit bubbly even though I did smooth it down. So I'm going to trim it up now. So I'm just going to take my cutter, and it's a little bit uneven, so I'm going to fix that as well. So let's trim this top bit first. Slide under the paper. That's it. Oops, not take quite that much off. There, looks good. So back your masterboard first. I also would highly recommend grabbing out some images. Now what you're going to need for this particular project, if you're going to make what I make, is images that are quite small and vertically oriented. Okay, so quite reasonably narrow and vertical. And I've chosen some images out of a children's book that are in black and white. It's a book from 1933. It's not dated, but from my research that's as close as I can tell. Now I need to trim this side, but it doesn't fit in my guillotine here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a section off. So let's go, actually I'll do it this way so I know how wide. I'm going to go 2.5 inches. Right, now I'll trim this bottom bit off. Nice little scrap there of coffee dyed paper. So that one's 2.5 inches. Now I can trim this edge off. And then think about the size for the rest of it. Okay, because I want these to be, we're going to make little tags, but I was hoping to make them smaller. So what is this? It's about 6 and a bit inches. I don't know. It doesn't go past 5, so I'm just guessing here. So if we went 2 inches, what is it this way? It's probably more like 6.5 or 7 inches that way. It will depend on the size of your masterboard too as to what you cut it up into. I'm going to go 2 inches because I only want narrow tags, and they're taller than what I thought they would end up being. So this is 2.5 and the rest are going to be 2, give or take, until we get to the end and find out what the last one's going to be. So this one is 2 3/4. So what do I want to do? I think I'm going to cut at 2. And then I've just got this snippet left over, which is quite a fun strip actually. I'm sure we could use that in some way. Okay. Oh, little bits of debris left over. So we have, or I have, 4 tags and a scrap. So we're going to ignore the scrap for the purpose of this video. Now I'm going to grab a pencil and something round. Anything round. I've just happened to have this body butter that sits on my desk, and every time I record a video I put it to the drawers beside me and then bring it back, you know, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. But today I'm actually going to use it and not just to moisturize my hands. And I'm going to create a rounded top. So just kind of centering it. I don't know how well you can see this, because it is in the shadow as well. Just kind of center it as best one can. It's very hard because the shadow is throwing off my eye. Think about there. And that doesn't look even to me. So what I'm going to do is, once you've done one, you can use it as a template. So I'm going to go down 1 centimetre there, and that is 1 centimetre, so I just need to rejig. Line up the side that was already 1 centimetre with the new mark of 1 centimetre. And there we go, we have a rounded top. So I'm going to trim that out now. So already we've learnt something. Make a mark however far down you want it, make a mark on both sides at the same height, and then line up your curved whatever, whether it's a glass or a sellotape roll, whatever, line it up with those 2 marks and then draw to create your curve. Easy peasy. I made it look difficult, I know. Then you can take your other tags, as long as they're the same size. I'm going to turn it over so I can actually see better. And just trim around the same shape. This is just to give it, you know, something a little bit different. I'm not sure on the height yet whether I need to make them a bit shorter or not, but we'll proceed. So these are going to be narrow fun tags. Fun because they've already got a colourful background, and I've gone for neutral images so that they don't like busy with busy or colour with colour. I like to pair colour and neutrals together, whether the background's neutral and the image is colour, or like these are, the background's colourful and then I prefer the neutral image. So this one's wider, so I'm going to just do the same thing here. I think I want to keep all this lovely coffee dyeing marks down that end. So this one I'm going to give it maybe 1.5 centimetres. Sorry, 2 centimetres. I'm looking at the inches saying 1.5 centimetres, but no, it was like 3/4 of an inch. I need to do it this way so I can see. There we go. There. Back with our body butter here. Oh, that's just taking it slightly above my marks because I was going to lose too much of the head space there. And give it a trim. Easy way to create a nice curved top on your tags. Something different than the classic tag shape of, you know, the angles on the corners. Right, I'm just going to take off my marks there that are still visible. Right, I want to make holes. Now, do I want to use my crocodile or just go ahead and use my hole punch? I think my hole punch will be fine. I'm not going to use an eyelet. I think it's easier to visualize on the plain side because you can see better. In fact, I'm going to get anal here. I am going to measure. So we've got 2.5 inches, so we want to go 1 1/4. There. And then these, I might be able to do them all at once. Don't know if my punch will go through this many at once, but these are 2, so we want to go 1 inch. We'll soon find out if it's going to go through all of them. Might hurt my hand a bit, we'll see. Right, and let's give it a go. That's the first thing, they fit in between. in between the two parts, so that's a good start. Ooh, that was tough, but it went through and my hand's not too sore. So there we go, we have cute little tags. Now I do want hole reinforcers on mine, and normally I would make them, but I picked up some hole reinforcers at a shop that was closing down. So normally they're $2 a pack, which is a brilliant price for, I think there's like 880, no, I think there's like 800 in the pack, and I picked them up for $1 because they were having a half price closing down sale, so bonus. And since I have them and they were cheap, I am going to use them. So again, I want to go with a neutral colour. I'm colouring these up just with some distress ink and my brush or a sponge or whatever you have, and just giving them a bit of colour so they're no longer white. So I've got some purple ones there from when I was doing my purple journal. So I think I want these reasonably dark. So I'm going to give them a good coat. There we go, that should be ample. I'm aiming for a quick easy project today, and I'm filming late in the day for this one. I was going to do it probably an hour ago, and then I was just, you know, doing the old check on Facebook as you do, checking in with the world, seeing what's going on, and found out my 10-year-old nephew was in hospital. So I let my husband know, I let my mum know, and was kind of then in that state of, oh, what's going on, what's wrong, what's happening, is he okay? And so I couldn't really settle to do this until I found out that he's been treated, and they're just waiting for my brother to pick them up from the hospital and bring them home. So he was only in there a few hours. I don't know the details, I just know that he had a very bad bleeding nose this morning. That's as much as I know, but I'm happy, obviously he's okay if they're sending him home. So I then felt like I could actually settle to do this task, this video, and running short on time because it is almost 5 o'clock and hubby will be home at past. So no time to waste. We want quick today. Right, and I've got a little bit showing where I haven't trimmed them. So I will ink around these off camera. I'm not going to take time to do that now, but I do want to trim off that bottom because it'll affect how I compose the focal images on the tags. So, and I am being generous in what I cut off because I think that's slightly too tall for what I was after. So just, you know, just randomly snipping, so they're all going to be different heights now. Because no measurements there. Okay, so let's decorate these babies up. So there's our wider one and our 3 narrow ones. So the book images I have chosen are from this lovely 1933 children's book of stories. Some lovely foxing on some of the pages, really lovely illustrations. And I think I want to go with the first one that I actually chose out. Is this is from The Ugly Duckling, and there's this, I want to take just part of the image. So maybe I'll rule it. What am I saying? Tear it across this way first. Quite soft paper. Let's take it down. Actually, do I want to, I think, tear around that sort of fussy tear a little bit. and I'm wondering, do I want to distress these before I put them on? That's another decision. Don't need the text underneath. Oh, there's the name of the illustrator there, Anne Anderson. Why does that name sound like it's a name I should know? Obviously I wasn't around in 1933, but she was. Right, this might have to go on the wider one. I think I'm going to take it down there. We don't want Mr. Turkey. Sorry, Mr. Turkey, but you're a bit big for these tags. Like that. And then I do think I shouldn't have torn with the ruler at the top there, because it's a bit straight. So let's just give that a funky, nice little edge. And a little bit more shape at the bottom too, I think. Because the washi tape is very straight, very rigid on its lines. And the splatters that we did helped to soften that. And then our organic tearing just makes it, separates it out. I like mixing the different things. I do think I want to ink it. I wasn't going to, but I've changed my mind. I was still thinking about it, and I'd kind of like, no, I'm not going to bother. And that's like, actually, yeah, I am. I think it's just going to pop it out from all that coloured background there a little bit more. And if it doesn't, well, no harm, no foul. Just took a little extra time. So for black and white images, you might have some black and white digitals. You might have like old encyclopedias or something that have the beautiful etchings. Old storybooks like this that are in black and white. Newspapers, old newspapers or old magazines where the illustrations were black and white or sepia. Love that. And of course we are covering over a lot of our washi, but that happens with any masterboard that you'll make, is that you end up covering a lot of it. And so don't focus on what you're covering, focus on the overall aesthetic and how it looks, because we don't know until we've decorated what's going to be covered and what's not. So you make the whole thing pretty so that whatever shows is pretty or grungy or cool or interesting, you know, whatever aesthetic you're going for. It's something I do struggle with from time to time because I don't want to cover over the prettiness, but I've got to get over that because, you know, that's a bit pointless to not. Right, so that's that one. I will possibly add like labels or words or numbers or something to these as well, but I'm just going to go with the images for now. I like this tortoise from the Here in the Tortoise fable. No, learn my lesson from the last one. Just fussy tear it, dear, and you'll be happier. This is a shorter image, so it will need something else with it. Let's ink it up. So how are you all today? I hope you've had a fantastic week. It's been rather toasty here this week, so if you can hear a noise in the background, it's the fan going. I managed to hold out until like 4 o'clock before I turned the fan on, so I didn't do too bad. It wasn't actually too bad until then. Then the sun's come around and the room I'm in's heating up, and you just think, oh, it's getting a bit tough to breathe because it's, you know, it's too hot and heavy. And you think a bit of air that the fan creates will be just the ticket. Right, I'm thinking a label under. And again, I think more on the neutral side. Something like that. I'm just going to snip that off. I could wrap it around, but I'm not going to. Just taking care of any white that's showing. Hopefully my glue stick lasts. It's almost out. I didn't think I'd need it for this. I was going to use tacky glue, and here we are. We're using glue stick. Okay. And then this lovely tortoise with his number 2 on his back. Oops, I better put the grounds level. Grounds there, I think. So I know I was just going to do the images, but I need to just finish it. No, because he's got a 2 on his back, I don't know that I need another number. Although I like that one. I think that's a colour thing too. So it ties in with this label. Similar colours. And I think I won't do it yet, but I think it still needs something at the top. So maybe a word or something up here. Right, there we go, that one. Okay. Oh, that washi tape's lifting, so let's take care of that. Bit of tacky glue will fix it right up. And that is a potential with the washi tape, is even though I use glue stick, you know, you miss spots and don't get quite good coverage, or when you're handling it you just take the glue off with your fingers. So just add a bit more glue and she'll be good as gold. So I've got this lovely leopard here. There's a goat on the other side. I don't think I'm going to use the goat, so let's use the leopard. I want to retain the text there. I think the text is really cool. So I'm being careful I don't rip into that. Save that for something else. Or maybe I'll just leave some of that text on the bottom. Why not? That way we don't have to add any book page because we've got text already. Oh, it's a little bit wide. Let's take it down a bit. So can you see now why I was saying vertical, narrow images? I think I'll put them up there, and then we can put a word or a label or something down underneath. So what's up for your weekend this weekend? Hope you've got something fun planned. At this point in time, as I'm recording this, I have no plans. No idea. We have not discussed anything, and yesterday was quite a long day for my hubby, so he might be keen on just a low-key day on Saturday. We shall see. And found out yesterday that his mum has COVID for the second time. Seems to be mild, but yeah, but you know, not that we would have gone to see her this weekend, or his parents this weekend, but you know, it's just another thing, because he was supposed to see her last night, but that didn't happen because she has COVID. So hopefully it stays mild and it's not too big an issue, but there's a lot of it around at the moment. Seems like a new little flush of it happening. Well, it can stay away. I've no time to be sick. Right, that one. Right, one more image. How are we going on time? Yeah, we're okay. This one is the Pied Piper, and I think he would be quite cool. I think he'd be cool. So soft, this paper. Oops, don't really need that blank bit in the corner. Just very loosely fussy tearing these images, just for that really nice organic kind of feel. Okay, that needs to come down a bit there. And probably a bit out here as well. That's pretty good. I like the size on that tag. It looks, it's really good scale. That's the word I'm looking for, scale. Oh, we've got 18 minutes before hubby gets home. So we're on the countdown, people. Let's push, push, push without rushing. Let's try not to waste time. And I'm talking to myself. When I say we, I'm meaning me. I'm definitely meaning myself. So don't dawdle, just keep moving. Don't take forever to make a decision. Oops, I got a bit of glue, did I? No. No, I just tore off a part of the front of the image. Oh well. It's okay. There we go. Just naturally distressed, isn't it? Must have had a bit of glue on that spot. Right. Okay, so let's look at what we might need to add to these. Right, definitely want something down here. So we need a little label. If I didn't say that label's from Artzology, I can't remember if I said or not. This is from Shabbycottagestudio. All of these are available on Etsy. Do I want a butterfly with a leopard though? Maybe not. No, too small. There we go. So Shabbycottagestudio for that one. Do I want anything on this one? Oh, we've got a little label here from Shabbycottagestudio that says Hope. I'm trying to grab out. About there or up there. I don't want to cover over this butterfly at the top. Kind of like it there, but then it might still need something up there. Do we want to maybe do 3 labels? No, let's just stick with the one. Okay, now this one, we've got 1 label. Do we want to put a little round label as well? And then something up here. So I'm going to look at my words. No. Brave tortoise. Alright, it's getting a bit much. Maybe that's, I don't think that's the right colour. Comfort, no. Colour was good on that, but hooray. No, too big. Hugs. I need the right thing. Let's go today. So let's start getting some of these down so I know where I'm up to. So I'm starting to thinking I'm losing what's going where and what's needed. I can feel the pressure's on. Can you tell? Can you tell I'm feeling a bit of time pressure here? Right, that, do we still want this one down here? I feel like it's too much. Now, if I feel it's too much, it probably is. So, I feel like we still need something down here though. Where's this part that we took off? Do we want to like, boom, that's it. Boom, boom, boom. Just the other half turned around of the label that we cut. And overlapped. And it just breaks up this washi tape here, which is quite a wide one. Yes, that one's done. Apart from inking, distressing. Okay, let's put this one down. I'm just going to use tacky glue for this one, I think. Hopefully I'm being on camera. I feel like I'm sitting way, way, way back from the desk. I think as I swung around to get things, I've kind of ended up too far away. So I apologise if I've been off camera for the last several moments. Right, does that one need anything else? I'm just going to try a number, a circle number, just to see. No, I feel like it competes too much with the word. I'm just going to leave it as is. That one's done. Okay, this one, we've got this wee label down here. I think that's all it needs. Done. Boom. Right, this one. Do we need anything? Maybe we want a little, we want just a number maybe. I'm very, very low on my numbers after a few orders lately, so I need to do some more stamping. Yep, just that there, I think. And I've got to clear off my husband's chair where I've got a whole heap of stuff sitting at the moment. Stuff that normally sits on my desk. When I record, I shift it from my desk to his chair and then put it back again when I finish filming. Well, at the moment, it's over on the chair. And he's now 11 minutes and counting from turning up in the door. Oh, you're so excited to hear the countdown on when my hubby turns up, aren't you? I can tell. Right, the final thing I wanted to do with these is I'm just going to clear my decks here. Is something in the holes, in our little holes here. And I'm thinking lace, because you know, how can you go past a bit of lace? Add a little bit of texture. How much do I need? That's probably a bit much. Let's try that. It's quite a stiff lace, this. It should soften up with use, but it feels quite stiff. Oh, come on, go through the hole. Through the loop. Through the loop, please. And don't pull it too tight, because even though it's got hole reinforcers, you can tear right through. Here we go. And I'm going with just plain, in this case, white lace, because there's already a lot of colour going on. So again, it just helps tone down the colour and not make it a complete plaster of everything going on. So mixing straight and organic shapes and mixing neutrals with colour is what this masterboard is about this month. I'm just going to put the same lace on all of them, because it will save me hunting out a different option. And they're not all going to go in the same journal, so it doesn't matter if they've all got the same lace. Look at me doing a little mess make here. Kind of. I'm going to call it a mess make, even if it's not technically a mess make. There we go, and one more bit. Might go a little bit longer for this wider tag, just to fit the, that's probably too long, but never mind. Yeah, I did quite long. It's all good. Come here. Fingers and thumbs work properly. It's not too bad lengthwise. I think that's fine. Okay, so let's just put my pin in here before it ends up on the floor and in my bare feet. Oops, ow, just stuck my finger. I didn't want it in my finger either. Right, let's have a look. So we have our ugly duckling with our lace at the top. We have our leopard. We have our Pied Piper, the lace at the top there, and we have our tortoise with the number 2 on his back. I think he's so cute. He's adorable. I like the tortoise. So there's what I've made from the washi tape masterboard. I'd love to see what you make with yours. Do share it with me if you make something along these lines, or even if you don't, if you make something else with your masterboard. I always am keen to see what you make. Thanks so much for being here with me. Have a brilliant weekend, my friends. Do something really fun, do something creative, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.